What are the most common Python docstring formats? I have seen a few different styles of writing docstrings in Python. What are the most popular styles?
Formats. Python docstrings can be written following several formats as the other post showed. However, the default Sphinx docstring format was not mentioned and is based on restructured text, REST. You can get some information about the main formats in this blog post. Note that the rest is recommended by the PEP 287. There follows the main used formats for docstrings. iptext. Historically, a Javadoc-like style was prevalent, so it was taken as a base for ipdoc, with a called iptext format, to generate documentation. Example. REST. Nowadays, the probably more prevalent format is the restructured text, REST, format that is used by Sphinx to generate documentation. Note, it is used by default in JetBrains PyCharm. Type triple quotes after defining a method and hit enter. It is also used by default as output format in Pymint. Example. Google. Google has their own format that is often used. It also can be interpreted by Sphinx, using Napoleon plugin. Example. Even more examples. NumPyDoc. Note that NumPy recommend to follow their own NumPyDoc based on Google format and usable by Sphinx. Converting/generating. It is possible to use a tool like Pymint to automatically generate docstrings to a Python project not yet documented, or to convert existing docstrings, can be mixing several formats, from a format to another one. Note, the examples are taken from the Pymint documentation.
The Google Style Guide contains an excellent Python style guide. It includes conventions for readable docstring syntax that offers better guidance than PEP 257. For example, I like to extend this to also include type information in the arguments, as described in this Sphinx documentation tutorial. For example,
docstring conventions are in PEP 257 with much more detail than PEP 8. However, docstrings seem to be far more personal than other areas of code. Different projects will have their own standard. I tend to always include docstrings, because they tend to demonstrate how to use the function and what it does very quickly. I prefer to keep things consistent, regardless of the length of the string. I like how the code looks when indentation and spacing are consistent. That means I use over and tend to leave off commenting on the first line in longer docstrings. Meaning I find docstrings that start like this to be messy.
As apparently no one mentioned it, you can also use the NumPy docstring standard. It is widely used in the scientific community. The specification of the format from NumPy together with an example, you have a Sphinx extension to render it, NumPyDoc, and an example of how beautiful a rendered docstring can look like, this URL. The Napoleon Sphinx extension to parse Google-style docstrings, recommended in the answer of it Nathan, also supports NumPy-style docstring, and makes a short comparison of both. And last, a basic example to give an idea how it looks like.